Hello and welcome back to Grim Survival. If anybody is curious as to why I did not have a premiere video up on Thursday morning, this is why. This video is being recorded Thursday morning. I intended to record a video Wednesday to put up on Thursday, but I did not get to it because I was distracted. Pleasant distractions, I might add. And yeah, I just decided Thursday morning to come sit here. It's very beautiful out here. In a moment, I am going to gather some firewood, start a fire right here in front of me. This tarp is a gold armor. I will put it in the description, the link for it. I got it off of Amazon. I've had it for a couple of months now, and this is the first time I've ever used it. I did not realize that it came with tent pegs. It did have tent pegs that it came with, so I used them. I didn't realize they were in the bag. I knew it came with the rope with the plastic clips that hook into the grommets that are attached all over this tarp, and that made a couple of things very easy. I took paracord and I made a ridge line, very taut, and I put a hitch knot in there that you can tighten and loosen. I got it as tight as I wanted it so it would hold it up. I'm using 3 tent pegs to hold it down in the back, and I have one line coming off this corner to a tree and another line wrapped around that tree to hold up both sides so that this doesn't fall down. I don't have it pulled very tight back there. I could make it a lot better. I am not staying out here overnight, so I didn't feel the need to. I'm just using it to block the wind and just to try out the tarp just to see how well it does. Additionally, I can tell you it's blocking the wind really well. It was around 34 degrees when I got here, and my hands were really cold. They're now warm. And just from sitting in here, I can tell you with the sun beating down behind me and the wind, which is coming from the same direction, a little bit sneaking through there, but not really enough to bother me. But I can tell you it's a lot warmer sitting right here than what it was standing right there. And that is an awesome thing. So I am at a state park. There is a lake all around me. One day soon I hope to be able to get the fishing kayak out, do some camping, some fishing. I did bring a pole with me in case I feel the need to wander down there to the lake and just cast a line in, but with the wind the way it is, that's questionable, just because I don't want to stand there in the cold wind. It is supposed to be 50 degrees today, and that will be nice once it gets there. It would be even better if the wind would die down, but that's okay. Wind isn't bothering me. I might think about readjusting this side and covering that more. Maybe just pull the flap over and block more of the wind that's sneaking through in that direction. The wind was coming directly that way. Now it's shifted to that way just slightly, which figures. At one point it actually was blowing that way, so that's why I blocked this side. But now it's, yeah, that's the way the wind is though. But I am going to sit here and relax for just a little bit, have some water, which I did bring with me, obviously. And of course, it's on the other side. So after I have a break, a little bit of water, I will gather some firewood and build a small fire right here. I do intend to grill some chicken and cook some potatoes while I'm out here for lunch when I get hungry. I didn't bring any coffee because I've already had 2 cups today and I didn't feel the need to brew coffee over the fire. Probably do that for you next time. But it is a very beautiful sunny blue day sitting out here next to the lake. I've seen one other person out here, and not in this spot. They were, as I was driving in, they were pulling a boat, so I assume they're out on the lake by now. And yeah, it's very quiet and peaceful out here, other than the woodpeckers, the birds, and the wind. which that beats the sound of traffic, people, and noisy phones and TVs and computer monitors and computer fans and all the crap that I'm constantly listening to. I'll take this any day. But anyway, I'm going to relax a bit, and then we'll go gather firewood. I might even bring you with. Alright, I'm back. I did move the tarp more that way to block the wind that was coming this way and to let the sun in from over here, but the wind decided now it's coming this way. That's just brilliant. It's not bothering me really. It is a bit breezy, and I'm not going to keep moving the tarp back and forth to, accommodate the wind. I will be trying to start a fire here in a bit, and the method I'm going to use is a little, it's going to be difficult with wind. I'm just going to say that. I will show you that when I get to it. I was just visited by a state park officer, DNR, Department of Recreation, I guess it is. A police officer walked all the way back here because he seen my vehicle parked up. I'm actually in an Indiana state park right now, and he come to check if I was doing any fishing. But I did bring the little folding pole, but I don't intend to go actually down by the lake just because of the wind. It is, yeah, not very pleasurable to stand in a very breezy day next to a lake. Wouldn't be relaxing enough for me. But he was a very nice guy and asked me if I was camping or anything, and I told him I was recording YouTube videos. So that was entertaining. I did not expect people to walk back here. And he came from a different direction behind the tarp, and he just creeped around the tarp. And I seen his boots, and I knew it was an officer at the time I seen his boots, so I didn't, reach for the Glock or anything. Which is probably a good thing. But he was nice and just told me to enjoy my day. Was talking about the tarp a little bit and what I was doing down here. And I didn't bother to get up either. Yeah, I've been leaning against this tree for approximately 30 minutes now. And this is a very nice spot. I got the wool blanket, which is keeping my butt warm. The sun is shining right on it, so it's really warm, and I can put my hand down there and warm my hands up when they get cold. I am wearing this hat today because it was about 30 degrees when I came out here, and it's good to have a hood. And I just seen a bug fly by. I mean, really? I believe the temperature's warmed up to about 40 right now. It's supposed to be right around 50 degrees today, which will be nice when it gets up there. Probably around noon, I'd say, and we're currently around 10:30 or 11 a.m. now. I got out here about 8:30 this morning, so yeah, I've been out here for a couple hours now. And I'm just relaxing, enjoying the view, enjoying the sound of nothing but nature, the birds, the wind, the woodpeckers. I've heard some squirrels. As for camp, I'm not staying here overnight, like I did say. And yeah, I would have set this up a lot differently had I intended to camp here using a tarp. Currently, I just made a lean-to type of situation here, trying to just block the wind with it. That's the only real purpose of setting it up, other than to test out the tarp, because I've never used it before, and I've had it for a few months now, and it was my intention to use it, and I will walk you around it before I take it down and tell you about it a little more. Link will be in the description for it. I believe I paid $30 for this tarp, so it's, yeah, nice. It's a camping tarp. It came with a lot of cordage that hooks into the grommets by plastic clips, and I'm quite impressed how well they work, actually. So that's interesting. It also came with 4 tent pegs, which I was not aware of, actually. I was completely intending to make my own tent pegs. But yeah, if you got it, use it. So that saved me quite a bit of time, and I was able to just sit and relax. Me and my favorite tree. This is my favorite tree. It's very comfortable sitting right here. I've got to say, I could take a nap, and I just might. I just might. According to the officer that visited me, there's only one other person in the park, and they're out there on the lake. They have a nice fishing boat they had brought in. I seen them when I came in. I'm starting to get a little hungry, and I brought chicken and potatoes to cook, so I will probably build a small fire here once I'm sure the officer is far enough away that he won't come and complain about it. But I doubt he'll come back. This is the life right here. So, I don't intend to make morning premieres every day anymore. It was not my intention when I created this channel to make videos like that, sitting at a desk just talking about stuff and showing mainstream media, which is something I really hate and just despise mainstream media. I will be doing a lot more videos similar to this. I will have the means to get out with my kayak soon, and I will be out on that lake and probably a few other lakes while I'm at it. I don't like doing that. I don't like sitting at the desk recording videos. And yeah, I could pull that tarp tighter. I really could. I could pull one of these ropes it came with, hook it to that other tent peg I have that's laying over there, and pull it taut that way as well to keep it from flapping, but it's really not bothering me. It doesn't do it that often. I wish the wind would die down a bit, because it is kind of chilly when the wind is blowing. It's nice sitting here in the sun. It is keeping me fairly warm, but a fire right there will be a nice thing to keep me warmer. But yeah, I'm going to make changes to the channel format. I don't want to just sit and record videos constantly. It feels like a job. It's starting to feel like a job, and I don't like it. There are plenty of other channels that sit and tell you all about what's going on. Several of them. And if that's what people want to see, they are welcome to go watch them. It's not what I intended my channel for. I intended it to teach what I know, to show what I see, and to do things like this. I have no intention on participating in the childish drama that is going around again as of late. That's just ridiculous drama, and I'm not going to be involved in it. And there are only a few people that are aware of the situation, and I'm not going into it because, like I said, I'm not going to be involved in it. The sounds out here are just awesome. I was just listening to the birds. The wind died down. The view I have is equally awesome. let's see, from my spot right here, I'm looking that way and that way, and that's what I see. I do currently hear a jet flying over. I could have done without that, but that's okay, it'll be gone soon enough. It is time to get some firewood. I should stand up and do that. There is a dead standing right there. I may utilize that, but currently I did move a lot of the wood that was under the spot I'm sitting and piled it right there, and that's enough to get it going and keep it going while I collect more. Just to show you where I'm sitting here, there is a ridge line of paracord running across the middle. I have that yellowish, greenish, bright cord running to that tree. I did tie another one, double tied it onto, well, here, I'll just show you. See, I tied it here to start, and I wrapped it all the way around, and then I tied it, well, I didn't wrap it all the way around, I wrapped it here and tied it to that grommet, and then I came back around. Well, that was the beginning right there. It started there because there's the plastic clip, and I just kept tying it to itself back and forth, and then I finished by tying it to itself again. So it's just, yeah, the tree is the only thing supporting it. There's the line that runs to that tree. Now these lines have these plastic clips in them, and you just feed the end, if it'll focus. Come on now, quit being stupid. There we go. Maybe. Anyway, you just feed the end through there and just pull it tight, and the plastic clip hooks into the grommet, and it's fine. Now this tarp has a lot of these all the way down, all the way over there. It has a few of them. You can see one there, and there's a couple more. We'll go around the back side here and show you. Now, it has them in an X shape, as you can see, all the way down, and then this way, all the way up. So you can configure this thing like a tent, and you could make it an A-frame tent. You could set it up like I did and just throw it over the ridge line, and I probably could have put it long ways because I didn't need it. I could have put the long side across the ridge line and made it shorter because I didn't need it to be that long. There's the brand, link is in the description. The tent pegs it came with are pretty, not too bad actually. I'm trying to see if I'm getting that on camera. I can't see it. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's a red tent peg. There's the other guy that's in the state park. He is in his boat. I would love to have a boat. Kayak is okay, boat is better. And I hope you can see the view I'm seeing. I can see the sun reflecting off the water way over there, and it's just outright beautiful. So there's the setup. Wool blankets there, backpack. I got my retractable fishing rod, my standard bug out bag. This tarp is in it. The wool blanket stays in my vehicle, so I just grabbed it. A lot of extra lines that it came with. I don't even know how many. And yeah, just the standard stuff. Under here I have food. I actually have chicken and potatoes sitting there, keeping it cool. As long as it stays in the shade. It's about 40 degrees out here to be fine. Wouldn't do that in the summertime. I'd have to bring a cooler, but that's okay. And it is just a beautiful day to be out here. So before I kill the rest of my battery and have to recharge everything, I'm going to attempt to make fire. tempting fire is fun. So this is the piece of fat wood that I was using the other day in my little 3-minute video, and I'm just going to utilize that because I brought it. Okay, trying to get my multi-tool out of my pocket. I have my ZT in my pocket because I didn't want them getting ruined out here, and I figured I'm the only one out here anyway. So yeah. Oh, let's drag the wool blanket over here to sit on. Don't really want to sit in the mud. So that's the purpose of the wool blanket, is to keep myself out of the mud. I don't know if you can see yourself in the watch or see the video in the watch, but that's what I'm looking at to make sure I'm in the frame here. Let's see, I need something. I think I'll use the leaf. The leaf will be a good thing. So I'm getting mud all over my hand. That's awesome. There's mud everywhere. It's been raining a lot in this state recently. This wood was just laying on the ground, but it has been sunny the last couple of days, so I assume it's dry enough. They're very small twigs. If not, I will go split some of the dead standing. And there's always dry wood, even in pouring rain. All you have to do is find dead standing wood, split it. The core will be dry in the middle, depending on the diameter. If it's really, really thin, that's maybe not. But if it's thick enough, I'm talking about like that, the interior parts of the wood are more than likely going to be dry. Alright, so a different method that was suggested to me, and I'm not sure how well this is going to work in the wind, to be perfectly honest with you. The method, and I hope you can see it, my tripod doesn't get any lower. It's just as small as it goes. Is take one of my tools here, and I'm going to use the saw because it seems to work best with everything else, and try to scrape the fat wood into a little pile of basically fat wood dust. And it seems to be working fairly well, and I can already smell the pine resin in the fat wood. And yeah, now there's a hole in my leaf. The goal was to not lose the fat wood or the dust, and that's why I'm thinking that this might not be the best idea in the wind, because I am making dust. Making dust in the wind just doesn't seem like a viable option. But fat wood and pine resin is sticky, so it may stick to the leaf. That is my hope. Now, you can actually, I've done this before, you can use the saw to just start sawing at it, and it makes essentially pine resin sawdust. Now I'm going to need a lot more than that, and this is kind of difficult on a leaf, so I'm going to see about a different method of building a table here. I do have a lot of stuff in this bug out bag for winter time, and my other fire starting methods obviously are in here. Now I have several other fire starting methods. I don't have to do this. I don't have to sit here and scrape fat wood. I've got 5 Bic lighters, a minimum of 5 Bic lighters, a Zippo lighter fluid. I have an MSR camp stove and fuel with it that I could just touch a lighter to, and it'll make very hot, very fast flame, and that'll light pretty much anything all on its own. I'm hoping I brought my grill. I think I did. I just gotta have to open the bug out bag. Let's see here. Now I'm digging through the bug out bag. So let's get fishing pole out of the way. Yeah, I have a lot of winter gear in here. These are thermals, thermal underwear. My rain gear is in there. I brought the fishing pole. I brought the saw, obviously, which is still attached with the carabiner out here. The axe is there as well, which I would use for splitting wood if I needed to, which I don't believe I'm going to. I have a candle. I can start a fire with a candle. Electronic gear. A lot of mountain house meals. A bag of pine resin. Hey, I was wondering where I put those. Those are the ones I made. I want to see if I can light one of those with a ferro rod in a little bit. I'm going to still use the powdered method. Ah, I found it. This is my folding camp grill. And I thought my stove was in there too. Not my stove, my cook kit. I think I might have left it in my vehicle, and I'm not going back for it, so it looks like I might be having roasted potatoes on a stick. Shish kebab some potatoes, that would be fine. I've never used this before. This is the folding camp grill is in here, and this is a cutting board that came with it. And it's still got plastic on it, so yeah. Trash is just going into the bug-out bag. I will resort it later. I do gotta say, myself, the Angry Prepper, and Papa Prepper have a special video coming up soon. It'll be a live stream. I just want to mention that. And it's basically a debate / challenge between me and Papa Prepper with Angry Prepper as the judge. That'll be fun. Alright, let's reposition here. Make sure you can see. I like having the watch. It's really helpful. I'm going to try not to lose too much of these scrapings that I got here. There we go. That's awesome. Little cutting board. Why not? If you got it, use it. This is survival skills right here. Use what you have and make sure you have what you need. Don't go wandering off in the woods without stuff you may need. So what I'm doing here is using the back of the saw and scraping the fat wood. Just scraping and scraping. Now, I have seen the scraping method before, many of times. I've never tried it, but it always seems to work. And the goal isn't really to get a big enough pile to start the fire. The goal is to get a big enough pile to make flame to light the fat wood. And I think I have a big enough pile for that already. But additionally, don't blow away. Don't blow away. The wind. The wind is a challenge. I like a challenge. Blowing away my fat wood scrapings here. That's just not fair. It's not fair. I'm gonna whine, cry. It's not fair. Kidding. Maybe not. Maybe I'm not kidding. Maybe I'm serious. I am making feather stick curls also to add to the resin, because mixing a little bit more substantial material into the flakes will make it burn longer by quite a bit. That's why I'm doing that. It's probably not necessary, but if I learned anything from the last time I made a fire in the mud, is to prepare better. So yeah, plenty of feather stick shavings in there. There's powdered or dusted pine resin or fat wood in there, and I'll see if I can not lose this and show you the pile I have right there. Yeah, that should work. I'm not going to bother with any extra. I'm going to try not to lose it. I am going to take this and make it smaller. Hopefully you can see it as well. So taking the bigger, thicker knife and putting it on my boot, and there we just batoned some fat wood. Well, it's gonna break off right there, maybe. Yeah, it came apart good enough. I probably won't need to use that. I'll set it in the bag just to see. Now, like I said, there are like 100 twigs around me. Probably more than 100. So that's what I'm going to use to get this going after I get it lit. And I really don't need to go gather any more twigs. I am just going to make a pile of them right here. I am dumping all of my powdered pine or fat wood and shavings into the leaf because there we go. All of that is in the leaf. Now, as I also learned, it's the saw blade that scrapes better. I also learned that these little, I don't even know, probably about 4-inch, very thin, 5/8 maybe. No, not 5/8, probably 1/2 inch. Very thin ferro rods, they suck. That's what I've learned. So I'm just gonna throw sparks at it and see what happens, because I'm trying not to spill it all over the place like that. It's kind of difficult when you have it set like this. I might just put it on the ground just to keep from dumping it. It is better to pull the ferro rod toward the knife, but if you're trying to hold down whatever you're burning there, or whatever you're trying to ignite, if it's moving around on you, you need to hold it down. It's better to hold it down with the ferro rod. So that's why I did it like that. Now, like I said, I have numerous other ways to start fires. I have a lot of fat wood sticks in there. I have wet fire tabs in there. I have pine resin. I have butane fuel for a Zippo fluid. I have fire starting capability. One thing I will never be without is a fire. I can hear some hissing from these twigs that are starting to ignite. That's just telling me that there's moisture in them, and it might take a little extra heat to get it going, or something drier, which that is. Some of these sticks are already burning pretty good. The fat wood obviously is still burning and will for a while. The goal isn't to make a huge fire. The goal is to just get a nice bed of embers that I can heat my fingers up with, and then additionally cook food. So it'll have to be bigger than this, obviously, but not by much. And I'm just adding twigs in a circle, really. to keep the airflow in the middle and let some of the ones on top dry out. I'm adding bigger sticks as I go. Not much bigger, but bigger. And when I get some decent flame, I'll start adding some even bigger sticks, larger size, just to make it take off and work properly. As you can see, the wind is blowing it pretty well. Let's move the camera here. Ah, that's warm. Yes, die down, wind. Wind is helpful when it's blowing not too hard to get air to your fire to heat up what's... Oh yeah, I needed the smoke in my face. Thanks, fire. You're doing awesome. Anyway, like I was saying, the wind is good. Not too much wind, obviously, but a small breeze is good when you're starting a fire, when you get it going, so that it fuels the flame, creates more embers, and essentially acts like a bellows and heats this up. It dries out any of the wetter wood, and it can be your friend if you use it properly. It could also be your enemy if you're making powdered fat wood. But you know, we live, we learn, we practice. And essentially this is a TP style fire. That's my go-to, just because of the climate I live in. A lot of the times the wood is semi-wet, and building the log cabin fire where it's a square and everything's flat, it doesn't give it time to dry out. With it being a TP and the fire burning below it, it'll dry out the sticks on top, and then they will ignite once they're dry enough. And I do have a lot of water with me. It's very wet around me. This is essentially mud that I'm sitting in. I'm sure there's going to be quite a bit of it on the bottom of the wool blanket, but it's a wool blanket, so I don't care. There's somebody's fishing line. It's not mine, but somebody left fishing line here. I will just throw it in the fire. It'll be gone before I try to cook. See, now wind is helpful. Blowing it like that is heating it up a lot and getting everything ignited. But that's enough of building the fire. I'm going to keep adding to it. I'm going to get it bigger, and then I'm going to work on cooking. Apparently I need to make a stick and roast some potatoes, because I forgot that I have a cup. Suppose I could parboil them in a cup and then roast them and then grill them. Hey, that's a good idea. All right, maybe I'll do that, and I'll be back. That's a huge chicken breast. So that's going to take a bit to cook, obviously. I had to redo the fire a little bit, make it much hotter for cooking that big old fat piece of chicken. I may have to butterfly it down the middle there to get the center cooked all the way, but that'll be okay. Fire is very hot now. A lot of good embers under there, and yeah, tongs. Unstick. It's stuck to the grill. Yeah, it definitely needs quite a bit more time to cook. I have never grilled potatoes before, just so you know. No clue how this is going to work. But I'm going to try it anyway. Just about there. Give it just a couple more minutes and then it's dinner time. Well, lunchtime technically, but close enough. Looks done to me. Not sure I'm going to eat all of that chicken. That's a lot of chicken. Hope you can see that because I can't see the camera currently. There you are. There we go. Chicken. Yeah. Let's do the customary bushcrafter thing where you stick the camera in your face and eat. Because that's weird, and why not? That way you can see I actually ate it and didn't die afterwards. That's the whole point, right? And I did half my potatoes in the butter sauce. It's nice to have this cutting board. It kind of acts as a plate. Yeah, I had to set it down to cut it on the cutting board. Looks fairly well done to me. Thank you, Father, for this food. Please bless this meal in the name of Yeshua. Amen. It's done. All right. While I eat that, I'm going to let that cool. Get out of there, glove. And after I'm done eating, it'll be time to pack this up and go. But yeah, I'll see you in a minute. Potatoes aren't bad. Grilled, buttered potatoes. Pretty good. I need to bring some seasoning. And yes, I'm eating chicken with my hands. Manly men, right? Alright, it's time to take it down. This is going to be the least fun part about all this. And I'm going to make you suffer through it. You probably can't even see me right now. But, yeah. I'm just disconnecting the sides. Taking down the bright orangish, yellowish, I guess it's like a neon green color strings here that are holding it up. It's really just keeping it from blowing away at this point. Without them, it probably would have. The temp pegs yanked out of the back with the wind when it switched directions and started blowing into this thing. But I gotta say, I am very impressed by this tarp. This is a very good tarp. It's done its job well. I'm definitely interested in testing it in the rain and testing other things with the tarp. That was fun, getting up the hill with the extra 40 pounds on my back. Fun. I'm still here. My phone had to charge for a minute. I did drive just a little way away from where I parked, but not very far. It was fun. I really enjoy being out in this area. I grew up in this area and I know it very well. And yeah, I enjoyed it. I did learn that I'm going to need to get a real camera if I want to keep doing videos like this. The phone is good for shorter videos. And I probably recorded 4 hours worth of clips that I'll have to edit out because I can't post a 4-hour video. Well, I could, but yeah. So a camera is definitely something in my future. But I do have to take this back and edit it. Probably be online the following day from when it was recorded. And I need a shower. And I have a burn on my thumb. Like right there. Right there. That's a burn. Yeah. Stupid things. Got to pay more attention. Alright, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you being here. I'll see you next time.